of those nights. Can't akimbo.
The girl gives you a quick, not exactly kind once over from behind a dark cigarette and crescent nose. Her eyes are each a different color, amber and ash.
Don't recall throwing it. I'm just someone who's been waiting on you, Herschel. Tempo talked a lot about you. Said you'd be late, too.
Your former asset was swapping secrets with a teenage girl. What is occurring here? Not that. Probably. The man was a committed homosexual.
Magician's apprentice. They throw knives at me and I get paid not to flinch. All of it's gone wrong. Someone took Tempo out. The whole way out. Who do you think found the blood? He's dead. Turbo dead. Sorry. We all knew it was coming one way or another. Like Tempo used to say himself, no one in gets out alive. Trust no cunt. That's my red line policy these days. Trust me, this is the best way to protect them. We've been attacked, Herschel. Beaten, all ends up. Bazaar's a war economy now. Tempo had enemies in every direction. Take your pick. Sure, Herschel. Weeping Eye, or the Carabineros, or the Azzurri mob. Maybe they want to go to the mattresses again. Fuck you care anyway. Tempo always called you a friend. 5 years, no word. Some friend. Then rely on the ones you can see, adult. Do you think I killed him? School's out, Herschel. Points are downstream from action.
Carried from a nearby apartment, a piano melody floats through the room as if on small wings.
Anyway, he's gone. So now it's me or it's nothing.
The girl studies her half-dead cigarette and falls silent. You can hear her silence. Don't trust you with the big stuff yet, fuck off.
From the photo on Tempo's desk. That was all of you, right? The whole sick crew? Thought so. Not a lot. That you were good, that you had something together, and that it was a shame how it all went down. Slowly, then all at once. They got the girl first, he said. Carolina. Then the floor gave way. No, I don't think so. Good things go sideways, it happens. This is straight. You were friends, right? You go down with your friends and you all go together. How it's always been. The ritual, obviously. Has it started yet or what? Cascade or nothing. Tell her Taxman is ready to begin the ritual. That was Tempo's message to the opera. What's it mean?
It's a tempo styling for something significant. All gravitas and enigma.
I would, actually. I just saw you in action. I thought you were high up in the upper or something. Temple said you were top floor, brightest spy in the sky.
Uh-oh. Tempo didn't know they shelved you after 91. He thought you were still respected, revered even.
What's that mean? Are you still a spy? Thanks for the honesty, but the way Tempo talked about you, I'm glad he's not around to hear that.
So are you.
You're supposed to be the Great Cascade, pockets full of answers. Tempo used to say it, so yeah, I do know what it means. Nothing anymore. Probably some coke shit. He practically had a feeding bag attached near the end. Maybe it was. Nothing to do with our current reality, though. Gotta forgive yourself these days, I hear.
The girl closes her eyes, then opens them again. Smoke drifts from her nostrils.
Quiet, Herschel. I sense the presence of spirits. They want to commune with us.
Kid never mentioned she's a medium.
Yes, I hear them. They're close. They're whispering. Ritual's completely fucked. It's gone. Unless you can find this old Luthien guy.
You receive an emphatic eye roll in response. She must not do requests.
Before Temple got knuckle flicked off the board, he was setting up a massive deal with some Luthien guy who's like 1,000 years old. Someone way high up. My best guess? This ritual's all tied up in that. Temple called it a blow for culture in defiance of all known laws. And he said that if he fucked this one, the weeping eye would kill us all. He said this numerous times.
The exit papers you discovered at the shrine grow a little heavier in your pocket.
Seems that prophecy is coming to pass. Temple was first, a blood sacrifice in his own office. Next is me. Then you, probably, if you're still around. You're part of this deal now.
With your old friend, it was never one deal. Always a tangle of side bets, optional riders and overlapping interests. Arranged in such a way that Tempo always wound up across the table from himself.
I never knew his name, or his new name. But yeah, that's him. Where'd you get that? You mean the shrine with all the pictures of dead people? Good fucking omen. This Dante prick disappears a couple of weeks back. Gets snatched, vanishes. Like that. Said some hyper-incriminating shit into the phone that everyone knows is tapped. Extremely schoolboy error. Tempo's on the other end. Hears him get taken. Black bag job. Now he's locked up in some secret jail, saying who knows what to who knows who. Right. Malin. Said her dad turned into thin air. She doesn't smile much anymore. Not a great look when you're trying to sell parties to people. You should see her fucking receipts. Yeah, it's right under the flashing neon sign that says secret jail this way. Sorry. It's been a tense couple of weeks. I don't know where this jail is. Spy stuff, your world. I'm useless here. This old guy getting snatched really spooked Temple. Like weapons-grade coke binge spooked. Last time I saw him, he was bleeding out of his nose and talking very seriously about fate. Correct. You've got me in this safe house, and I've got you. I'm not on coke, but I am spooked to fuck. You need to find this Olusian guy and either just bust him out or shut him up. If this ancient prick spills on our massive deal, we're all fucked. You, me, and everyone.
This is her way of asking for help. She needs a friend.
Thanks. And fuck those opera cunts. What do they know? Tempo always called you the best. Take him at his word.
A distant door slams somewhere beyond you. The soft, stifled piano carries over muffled laughter and child velocity footsteps from the apartment above.
He said you'd come through for him, too. For us. So find that old prisoner, Herschel, and come through. Yep. Tempo offered him safe passage through Portofino, set him up with a new life. He was good at moving people and making them up. The techno-fascist nursing home? Who knows? Probably death in some form. Something he called the Mega Violator.
Highly likely that's not what it's actually called.
I would say conceptual object, but it exists. The illuminated cunt never came through with it, or at least, he didn't have the chance. So who knows where that got to? Only shot we got. It's you and me, Herschel. One cunt down, two more behind the ghost of him.
Her hand reflexively reaches for the cigarette packet jammed into her left bra strap. She smacks the packet once against the side of her head, then flips open the top and plucks one out. At the aerotram stop with Tempo, fog-stained and matted with rain, the final time that both of you felt certain would not be the final time. He smacked the packet on the side of his head before offering you a smoke. You do it too sometimes, without realizing it, when you're thinking of those days.
We hosed here, Hush? Firm grip needed. These things tend to bite and scratch. Anything from our dream kid?
Kindred, unreachable for the last 16 hours. The screech and groan of your aerotram arriving.
You should probably get on that. And don't worry about me, I'll be alright. Take care, you dim cunts.
Yo, ground control to Herschel. You look like my grandmother during an absence seizure. Closer than most, I would say. Yeah. You're right, it probably does. My name's Yana, and I'm the fucking man.
The girl inspects the disc over the top of her cigarette.
This is one of those Einzel fucks Petre won't shut up about. Never. They're meant to be pretty rare, aren't they?
Pseudopod has unlocked one of life's secret endings.
I know she's missing, but that's no state secret. Whole world knows that. Kidnapped, I heard. Sad end if it's true.
A flash of your abandoned double, alone in a lonely room.
Fucking losers. Where did you get that anyway?
Be open with her. This girl is not your enemy. She may yet be your ally.
As in dead?
Blown away into the night before you could even give chase.
Sorry to hear it. What happened to him? The worst type of schemery. Sounds like we're two down, Cascade, and getting cunted harder by the minute. Hope he pulls through. Okay, good. Whatever. On account of my many enemies. Enemies all the time. I've got a lot more problems than the ones you're bringing me. And I've got solutions to those problems in motion. Retract your nose from my affairs.
The air in the apartment is very stale all of a sudden. Cigarette smoke swirls like a spell.
Ignatz, area clown with shit taste in jackets. He used to work at the bazaar till Temple sacked him. Photos? Weird. Temple thought maybe he was in with the Weeping Eye. Carmona's got dye in her brain or something. Whatever she comes out with, assume the opposite. Either way, Kuntz just bought himself a lifetime ban from the bazaar. Welcome to the delinquent heap.
His second ban-in that you've been witness to. He's a ban magnet.
Dipped one in nitroglycerin. Fair warning.
Her fingers are spangled with violet glitter. The girl tilts her head up and offers a half shrug. The best cigarette you've had in years. The smoke swirls lazily in your chest.
Don't think you're getting another one, because you're not. All right, Herschel. Psychologize me. Yeah, I did some odd job shit around there. Admin stuff for Tempo. Became his assistant, basically. I'm a criminal prodigy. Best in show. Fleet of fucking foot. I was just Yana. The bazaar took me in. Tempo kept me. Probably where I left them.
Push a little harder and she'll open up. This girl wants to tell you things.
Last time I checked. Mom's a swimming instructor. My dad creates radio jingles for a local station. Some of Dad's jingles have stayed in people's heads for years. I think that's pretty cool. I'll check in on them someday. I don't think so. The bazaar's receipts don't think so either. People say the culture goes backwards, or downhill, or whatever the fuck. There's only one real blockade to culture. Blind and deafen yourself. Then maybe you're protected. Anything else, No chance. I'm retired. Government education is for losers and narcs. They're never gonna teach you the most important thing in life. How to make fucking moves. I'm retired. More trouble than they're worth, in my experience. I've got one friend. Might be all you need. No, he's my employee. I keep her locked in a room next door. Anything else? I'm retired. More trouble than the... I've got one friend. We friends now, Hirsch? Okay, cool. Looks like I have 1.5 friends. I keep her locked in a room next door. Anything else? We had a professional arrangement. Now we have an extremely personal one. I was here. That's all. Hold on. Don't I get another name? Like how Tempo was Taxman?
Could go with tax girl. Strong thematic resonance.
Well, just give me your magnum secundus. You can do it. And it better not be Tax Girl, or I'll kick off. Speak your piece.
Names are easy. Just go with your first idea. First ideas always win out.
Obvious. Lame. No. Sounds good. Get thinking. Keep your powder dry, Herschel.
The teenage boy nods hesitantly as you approach. Your grip tightens. You raise the pry bar, ready for another swing.
Fuck that. You're not doing that again. Find another way to deal with that psycho. Or my teeth are staying in.
The teenage boy nods.
Okay. What?
Back for the gruesome finale. You? That's no child. That's a 40-year-old man with a severe deformity. Narc blood. Yours for all I know. Fuck that. Try again. Show some fucking conviction. I only hear narco. Don't humanize him. Exactly the kind of weak, uninspired subterfuge a bored narc would try.
He brandishes his noose, eyes wild.
Yes. I suppose I could see it. A feat. Easy to rough up. Not mutually exclusive, however. Likely, in fact. They've left them right there at the STD clinic. It looks pretty whole to me.
A visceral call comes from inside of you, rising up metallic and hot.
What did you just say? I am ready.
No hesitation, no stutter, entrusted to the deities of the wound. The doctor's movements are somewhere between daintiness, lust, and disbelief as he places the stethoscope to your clavicle. The entry wound glows warm, as though awakened.
Yes. I have explored the darkest crevices of living bodies, both friend and foe, Monsieur Bullet. And I have tasted the love of which you speak. The only true love, the inside of the body, that infernal heat and butcher floor smell.
The doctor draws a deep, shuddering inhalation.
Well, at the least we know you're not medical board scum. No suicide today. Don't worry, it spoke highly of you. Not a drop of narc blood inside.
The doctor doesn't appear any more professional behind the desk than he was on air.
Now tell me, where does it hurt? Was he intensely forgettable? Did any sense of authority flee from him like the plague? Social death sentence. Board certified swine. Hate is a better word for it. My theory is that dullness he exudes is the result of a fungus of some kind. A parasitic brain mold playing at the motor cortex, like a child with a joystick. What? Of a mollusk without even a basic understanding of biochemistry? Is that what he told you? Put it this way. There was a project in which I believed us to be colleagues. While, in fact, he was sawing the floor out from under my feet the whole time. Yes, we were running a dream study together, backed by an astronomical grant from those MTER fuckers. I knew they were going to screw us from minute one, but I went along with it anyway. Visualization. We wanted to see what people see in their dreams. Flush with foreign cabbage, I was able to design a custom fMRI headset. More portable than those giant washing machines our rivals were using, and crucially, interlinkable. You just plug the subjects in, load them up with modafinil, and boom! Dr. Gonza's subconscious picture show. Most of the cowards are content with fisting guinea pigs or detoxifying leaf matter. The real juice is in intoxicating the population and seeing how long they survive. Clearly, you don't know the first thing about human biology. How was I going to give birth to my baby without first getting fucked a couple of times? I got to see the subconscious picture show. Who else gets to say that? Clearly, you don't know the first thing. Not one instant. I got to see the subconscious picture show. Who else gets to say that? Clearly, you don't know the first thing about human. A bit of medical advice from a professional. Over-clenching leads to tearing. Abruptly, and then betrayal. I got a call from Abbe one morning. There's someone in the office for you. So I come in, trustingly, like a slaughterhouse animal. And there they are. Bored. They even had the audacity to box up my belongings with their fucking claws before I arrived. Next thing I know, they're boxing me up too. Makes you painfully aware of the orifices you didn't know you had, doesn't it? That's why Nabe had been plotting it for ages, clearly. Having nearly missed the fucking boat once, he wanted to seize control of the study for his own purposes. Architect? A child making macaroni collages is more of an architect than an invertebrate. Not to mention the fungus in his brain. You want more? All right. He's a thief, too. Which, I'll admit, is impressive for a gastropod. You mean, other than my life's work? Yes, certain irreplaceable personal effects. I can picture him, polishing my equipment in his sterile little office, running his sanitized virgin fingers over surfaces that remember my touch. It sickens me. I don't know. His mind is too dull for me to penetrate. The brain fungus told him to. Probably. A research-grade apparatus, used for advanced diagnostics. Very sophisticated, finely calibrated. Worth thousands of souls. It should still be in its aluminum housing, unless that institutional hemorrhoid has decided to put it on display. And give him the satisfaction of knowing he has something on me. Absolutely not. Besides, I don't trust myself not to murder him if I come within choking distance. Wait, not murder. That's for humans. You get the gist. You love drugs, right? You're sharp. Too sharp. Signs of a mind in need of recreational chemicals. Since you're allowed on the slug's premises, how about taking a peek, eh? Grab my things on the way out of there. I'll open my store in return. All the drugs you could want. Pharmaceutical bonanza.
2 words. Lab grade.
Yes, enough. He's dead. Forget about him. Ah, yes. This is the ethically stimulating case you were trying to entice me with. Gonorrhea is a legitimate concern. Catatonics, they're just there. Who's the unfortunate? Let me tell you something about colleagues, sister. By and large, the most vile species of sniveling, rule-following, authority-sucking vermin ever to stain this earth. Second, perhaps only to medical board inspectors.
You don't have conclusive proof he was not like that, at any rate.
You want my advice? Roll him up, toss him out in some hazardous waste bags before he starts smelling. All right. Walk me through it. Gut diagnosis screams ketamine binge, but I'm keeping an open mind. Any signs of injury, self-inflicted or otherwise? Good start. Anything else? Sounds like the problem's in here. Maybe akinetic mutism. See, nobody turns to a dish rag on a whim. Unless he's stroked out, there'll be a precipitating incident. Drugs, toxins, choking maybe. If he knows how to party. Found any needles around? Belt? Maybe a weapon? Music? Ultravioletta! Well, there it is. Mystery condition solved. I didn't fucking consent to the knowledge now, did I? It's forced down your throat as soon as you step outside. This is a clear-cut case of LAS. Libidinal atrophy shutdown syndrome. Affects terminal virgins, unlaid husbands, and men exposed to overly uterine music. Tea drinkers too.
This checks out. Pseudopod didn't look like he'd be popular with anyone. A lead, at last.
No sexually satisfied man would listen to the sad shit by choice. Men are built to pursue, conquer, reproduce. Ergo, per annum, a quota of fucking must occur. His body is given up from neglect. Seen it 1,000 times.
The doctor opens a drawer and slides towards you a baggie with a small medical stamp inside.
Anti-last treatment. It'll wake up whatever's left in him to wake up. And if that doesn't work, end of the road, sister. Cut him loose. This is a proprietary formulation, soon to be patented. That's as much as I can tell you. I'm on it right now. Home recipe, mama. I can out-erect any man, anywhere, anytime, dead or not.
Put it this way. Will it help? No. Will it make his condition any worse? Also, probably not.
No man likes ultravioletta. He's buried in the depths of erotic despair. He's so far down the hole, he probably doesn't even know what happened to him. Then you know nothing of sexual melancholy. But all right, let's pretend my expertise is worth fuck all. What's your working theory, Dr. Plainface? You're not my type, but you must be a great fuck. What with that crazy look in your eyes? Really? All I'm hearing is that you don't have a fucking clue what happened or how to help it. Of course I really think it. I prescribed it. Easy delivery. Just let it dissolve on his tongue. Good luck to you.
The site of some kind of humanitarian catastrophe. The surface of Gonza's desk is buried under unopened envelopes, pill bottles, loose syringes, and pens. Atop the pile sits a child's drawing of a two-headed horse and a crumpled note with a few scrawled phone numbers. The doctor's twitching, though watchful eye inspects you as you scan his mess. A blighted rat guarding its bones.
Not my kid, before you get ideas. I locked down my own plumbing at 12. Quarterized and triple-tied vast deference. No one's trapping Gonza. Some junkie spawn handed that abomination to me after I treated his mom. Zero talent. No, it's manipulative. Her mom probably wrote that and shoved it into her kid's hand, trying to guilt trip me into free drugs or a paycheck. They're decorative. That's how the board gets you. Open a government threat and it becomes a conversation. Keep those things sealed, and then you have their fear. Bottled.
Bureaucratic object permanence. Out of sight, out of existence.
Not my kid. Some junkie spawn handed that. Makes the woman folk trust me. The non-barren ones, I mean. Not my kid. Some junkie spawn handed that. He'll be fine. The city rewards poor judgment and colorful handwriting. I see a long, mediocre career in municipal law enforcement.
The doctor drums his fingers on the dirty desktop and stares bitterly into the middle distance. The teenage boy nods hesitant.
Yeah? Tried once. He screamed at me about board narking and threw what looked like, don't know, something supposed to be internal at me. Kidney bite. Would have been pretty cool if he wasn't such a mad freak. Whatever.
Could I ever see beyond her, only to discover more of her?
The middle-aged man stares into the sky, left eye loping slightly. His hair and suit are both in moist disarray. A pink tie hangs open around his neck. The smell of alcohol singes the inside of your nose.
No. All is lost. Are you looming over me in official capacity? A hedged opening position. Exploitable if we found ourselves across the table. But I have abandoned post. Delegated all responsibility to my junior. It will hobble him, of course, the fate of our kind. I am Oscar Metamoto, senior negotiator for l'Empire de la Empire Sandu without la. I am, or was, and may yet be again. Thank you for the offer, but we are far beyond that pale. For immediate release, Oscar Metamoto is hors d'usage until he receives at least 3 apologies. I believe the correct term is unlicensed detention facility. Mostly urban myth, overawed folklore. Either way, not my department. The bank is always open.
And always in town.
Yet another special condition on the master contract that dismantled history. But I can say no more. I am le négociateur sans corps. I visited an old friend. On the verge of our great triumph, we defeated ourselves. The moon. But all is secret, like the silent side of that divine satellite. My old friends, the great Reno, final boss of Reno Enterprises, and most famously, telephonic communications.
Money, power, king with no crown.
Eons drew up his very first contracts when he was getting into private infrastructure. Bulletproof. The blood-soaked arena was Reno's apartment. Cozy little penthouse that lit tippy-top of the housing campaign. Private elevator, of course. Tunnel to Coliseum, site of our last stand. Top shelf liquor, mostly. The crowd roaring as we were torn apart, blood running rivers in the sand. The blood-soaked arena, and yet the horde continues to beg. More, more, more. A routing. I knew it was a mistake accepting the invitation. Reno can have quite the time when he revs up, but one can't. One can't not drink to the moon. We often do at our rare reunions. But no, some others fought alongside us. Intimate circle. I brought Frederick Lejeune along too, which proved to be an error, but also a lesson well learned. Train is serious. Not the most auspicious start. No, model train. Fred's gone weak at the knees because the toy train was Reno's prized child. Joyous trophy. A terrible fate. We often do at our rare reunion. Back for more.
He offers you a grin he doesn't seem to have a firm hold on.
High tragedy. La Ballade du Fred Lejeune. I don't care to get into it. The boy's embarrassed himself enough.
You could prey on his obvious weakness. Alcohol.
Devious, but not unattractive. Yeah, I think I'll take it. We've made a deal, strange woman. A deal sealed and done.
He throws the alcohol back down his throat, eyes open wide, staring at the sky.
Metamoto is back at the table. So, yes, the little reunion we had at Reno's, the one that's rendered me gravel-bound. Fred was also in attendance. There were a handful more high rankers present too. Renoites, movers and makers, political actors, and Metamoto and his Jun. The prize train was in circulation, being shown off to a trusted few. A moment's distraction, a stray placement. Fred saunters in from the kitchen, wreathed in smiles, fails to scan the landing zone. Sits right on it. The crack, splintered plastic, a gunshot through the soul. Freddy knew instantly what he'd done. I also knew, but for the boy's sake, pretended not to notice. The Jun stayed seated on the wreckage for almost 2 hours until things got elucid enough for him to make his play.
A tremendous feat of endurance.
He seized a moment of distraction, then, limping slightly, off he snuck to stash the body. I, personally, have never before seen him disintegrate a model train, but it's not the first time he struck an own goal at a social gathering. Fred has killer instinct, rope, bust at the table. But socially, the dial reads Dread 0. He did not. Fortuitous. Fred would have been banished from the tower immediately. But he will notice if he hasn't already. He will notice. Reno cares about two things above all others: his cat and his train. And also his businesses above all others. That will be one of 1,000 pressures assailing the boy, but it will be a significant one. Bigger occasions have fallen through for less. You hate to see it in the professional game. Mine? Mine. That will be bigger occasions have to what? The fascists? The communists? Freddy loves his comfort. He is a creature of them. He bleeds liberalism. No defection there, I guarantee that. I didn't see where he put the main part. He scampered off to a dark corner of the pied-à-terre to conduct his beastly business. Well, the other part is in the reliable hands of Metamoto.
A small mound inside, about 3 inches across, vaguely circular.
I was trying to get the jeune out of a jam, of course. Plausible deniability. Major asset at the table. No, I'd like to hold on to it. Wow. No. This is beyond all that agony. Different flavor. This train makes me think of her. And I like that. My friend, the ambassador's wife, Lolita Calista, the last gasp of my heart, gigantress in waiting. My friend, the ambassador's wife, Lolita Calista, the only woman that will satiate Metamoto now. My friend is the ambassador. Lolita Calista and I will never be friends. We will be all, or we will be nothing. I love her searingly. Searingly. It made me think of her. Yes. I wanted to bring Lolita the train, offer it to her, and say, let's go away on this. You and I. For a night, for two. Forever. At least we could ride that train together just once. And then whatever way it went. We couldn't say we never tried. Now that I look at it, of course, it amounts to nothing. Just a broken wheel that can't move.
Reno might thank you for fixing his prized train. Might reward you too.
Come closer then. She is a masterpiece.
At this proximity, his aura of alcohol was near weaponized. A towering chimera, part woman, part mare. Her naked torso emerging from sodden flanks. You've never seen a horse so large, or a woman so hoarse.
Yes, mythical, beautiful, centaur-like in her grace, very present.
He gazes into the sky, hands aloft, as if summoning her to fall and crush him where he lies.
So you understand my predicament.
He looks up at you with a small shine in his eyes. I hope that you are aligned.
Essentially, this. No. Too much of a coward. Barely see her anyway, though the distance doesn't make much difference to me. Thank you for the encouragement.
Sticky. He rubs the invisible slate clean of his Lolita tracing and softly blows the air.
None. The terms are set. It's not sweet. It's an affliction. Worse than the drinking. Far worse. At one tiresome function or another, I don't recall, I was too astounded by the primal synchronicity. Like the day meeting the night. Ineffable. Ephemeral. In the vulgar sense or the spiritual sense? One would hope she felt the illicit magnetism also. Of course, there's no way to know. The heart of my tragedy. Here in Portofino? No. Here at my personal nadir, strewn upon the gravel? I would say affirmative. I cannot concur. One from my opposite number, one from my superiors for the professional cuckolding, and one from my aforementioned junior for making me superfluous. I wouldn't know, because he has yet to appear. How dare you? He's Lusian. They're the ones that should mind their mannerisms. Mountainous vision of flesh. A true angel incarnate. Terrifying. Everything. She is my friend, the ambassador's wife, Lolita Calista. I've committed no corporeal crime, high mental treason only. But should it come to it, apologies go two ways at Che Metamoto. Then why am I so thoroughly cursed?
His eyes are deep blue.
It is an ungloved prostate exam. Direct from the Manus Fati. One starry finger extended, powerless to do anything but brace yourself. I know how it works, but still, on principle, seems my hors d'usage will be much prolonged. I will prize them from dead hands if necessary.
Give it to him straight. Save him from this gigantic delusion he's created.
She's as real as you. Realer. Her dimensions. Abuse the space around her. My friend, the ambassador, is also real, but less real to me than his wife. You are a heretic of love. No train for you. I usually charge a consulting fee, by the way. For you, I'll waive.
With pleasure. Breaking into houses. Eh? Hard. Alright. Tell me, I'll be seeing you. With pleasure. Alright. I'll be seeing you.
Deadlines. Yes.
Warily. You return to the forbidden ladder. You let the ladder be.
Hello, again. Tell Gonzalo he can forget about this plaything. I was clear last time he called. He didn't tell you what these effects are, did he? Typical. Technically, it is a medical training dummy. He had it custom made. What need does he have for it anyway? He shouldn't even be practicing anymore. That is not Gonz's. That's a legitimate medical training device. I keep Gonz's monstrosity well out of sight of my patients. Whatever pathology is at play, I want no part of it. I wouldn't know anything about that. I store it upstairs in the spare room, so I don't have to look at it. I'm afraid not. That area is private. I've considered it. The sort of disposal feels worse somehow. I store it upstairs. I'm afraid not. No, not a chance.
It wouldn't be terribly hard to fetch it yourself later tonight. A little breaking and entering practice, for old time's sake. Doctors are all about giving out diagnoses. Time to meet him eye to eye.
I can assure you, I am totally healthy.
Denial. A sure sign that something is wrong. You've got to dig deeper.
I'm not going to entertain this nonsense. Are we done here?
Diagnosis. Detached from reality.
Until next time.
You return to the
Just stop, please.
The one personal touch in the otherwise sterile, blank clinic. The wall has been decorated with photographs, documents, evidence of Dr. Hugo's existence. Lights glint off the glass as you read what's under them. Multiple medical school degrees and a city of Portofino license to practice, issued by the Portofino Board of Medicine to a Hugo Hayato. The license is real, but it's out of date. There's a faded stamp half hidden behind the frame. The renewal date reads Octos 91. Perhaps something to confront the good doctor about. A collage of someone else's life begins to take form in front of you. Moments caught, suffocated, pinned under glass. A formal photo, class of 71. Hugo buried somewhere amongst rows of other fresh-faced new doctors. Then a newsprint clipping. Hugo receiving an award on stage. Hugo and Gonza hugging each other. The gallery continues. Hugo asleep on a pile of medical textbooks drooling. Hugo adjusting some sort of massive medical apparatus. Hugo at patients' bedsides. The professional photos outnumber the personal 3-to-1. That should tell you all you need to know. He wouldn't have willingly given up a career that meant so much to him. The medical board would be the only party with that sort of power. Maybe Dr. Hugo's had some trouble with his license. There are many pictures of a much younger Hugo and a woman with a heart-shaped face. At his medical school graduation, at a fancy dinner, both of them grinning on a broad walk somewhere, her in a white pantsuit and Hugo in a charcoal robe. A simulation of company, carefully arranged on the walls to keep him surrounded through the long days. Ghosts gathered.
Hello, again.
Hit this costumed fraud with an undeniable truth. The bureaucrat's date stamp.
No, it's not.
He has denied the undeniable. Prepare the bunkers.
Perhaps you are not familiar with how medical licenses work in Portofino, being foreign yourself. I assure you, everything is well in order with my papers. Paranoid thinking can sometimes be symptomatic of other issues. Do you suffer from frequent urinary tract infections?
Outrageous. Your urinary system is clinically and ideologically pristine.
Of course not. I'm just suggesting that you are confused. Have you had your eyes checked recently, by any chance?
He sits at his desk, hands folded neatly in front of him, an expression of concern etched into his gentle face.
Until next time.
The one person...
I've moved Pseudopod into the spare room. He'll be safe in there until he recovers.
She gestures towards a small room with a small bed inside it.
None, sorry to say. He's been like that since I moved him. What about you? Are we any closer to finding out what happened to him? That's good. Hopefully he'll be restored in short order. Were you able to piece together what he was investigating before you arrived? That's good. I'm sure he left ample clues. He seemed quite diligent. You'll just have to come at it fresh tomorrow.
The attitude that has carried her through her entire life, through whatever hardship.
Well, I suppose that's all. I'll get back to the desk.
She doesn't move.
I was just wondering how it feels, you know, being in theatre again. Yes, that makes sense. Pseudopod said it could be extremely challenging. You picked an interesting time to come back to Portofino. It's not the same city it was 5 years ago. For one, we've become a front line in MTER's culture blockade. The powers that be seem to have become more protective of their investment here. I should probably be asking you that question. From where I sit, it seems they're incredibly paranoid about anything that could increase our strange cousin's sway in this part of the world. Pseudopods seem to think they may even have operants working in the city right now. Then, of course, there are the anxieties about Réunion. No one can say whether in 5 years' time we'll still be part of the developed world, or whether we'll have been annexed by techno-fascists. Maybe. They're terribly organized when it comes to getting what they want. My father used to say it's because they're all of one mind.
A long time for a rumor to linger.
It's odd, isn't it? In some ways, I have so much more to worry about now. but it doesn't feel that way.
The inextricable swirl of global perils and the middle-aged terrors of a life wasted.
Ah, yes. I poked my head in upstairs, just for a second, to check the hot water.
A hot water heater on the second floor. Definitely snooping.
And I couldn't help but notice the art. I'm curious about your choices.
You are being challenged to justify yourself.
Oh, I see.
She hides the disappointed twist of her mouth behind her hand.
You sound like my ex-husband. Oh, of course. I should have known. I suppose this is all rather glamorous, isn't it?
Hopeful. Deluded.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't realize you were so tormented. I see. So this is a side task. Pseudopod mentioned the opera's semioticians are quite devoted. Very clever. I believe I have.
She tries not to think about it.
I'll have to take your word for it, Cascade. Well, I'm... whatever makes you feel at home. Is this some kind of assessment? Nothing too much to tell. Certainly nothing that would interest an international actor like yourself. I've been running this shop for the last 3 decades. Business isn't exactly good, but it's enough. I just get on with things. No, it's just us.
Her, you, and the breathing mannequin.
Divorced? No, nothing like that. Can you imagine? At my age?
Younger than your mother, but in her mind, she's an old woman.
Wasn't in the cards. Most people prefer drop-off and pick-up for their film and prints. No one lingers here for very long. A fit of boredom, if you can believe it. Here I thought I'd broaden my horizons, so I signed up for a mailing list, one dedicated to foreign literature. Then one day, this very polite man with a very pleasing accent was on my doorstep. I thought he was going to try to convert me to crystal worship. Instead, he asked if I'd be interested in letting my upstairs room. Yes, it was.
She likes remembering him this way, in her shop, pretending to discreetly examine her list of services.
I don't presume to know the inner workings of the opera, but I have to think I could be better utilized. Of course, I'm happy with the tasks I've been assigned thus far. Keeping a safe house is a major responsibility, but I have other skills, you know. Chemistry, for one. I have an entire photo lab back here with access to all kinds of toxic chemicals and powders. And yet I doubt anyone would suspect a woman like me of, say, poisoning someone. If the assignment required it. I'm not saying I hope it comes to that, just if it does. Born and raised, as were my parents, and just as proud of it as they were. It was a different time back then, of course. Kisak feeds itself, my father used to say. There was a steel foundry just a couple of streets away, as was silk, leather workers, bakeries. People used to make things here. I'm no regressionist operant. I know Portofirans made their choices too. As I said, I love Kisak. It just doesn't feel like itself on some days. Tragic what the Lusians do to their old colonies, displacing all those poor souls, forcing them to abandon their homes, and that's the lucky ones. Not to mention the reunions affecting us too. You've got refugees washing up here day and night, speaking in gibberish, making a mess. They don't even try to integrate. That's not what I had in mind. The Lusians have to be stopped. That's my final word on the matter. No. Actually, to be honest, I find some of the things he says rather upsetting. Well, he does a good job of it. He's got half Portofino on edge about wiretapped phone lines and orgiastic occult rituals. Of course. Something else. Go on, then. Of course. I'll be here if you require anything.
The lenses, camera bodies, flashes, and other indiscernible parts littering the workbench give off an alien and slightly intimidating aura. Handgun rounds, more likely than not abandoned by a previous tenant in circumstances similar to your own. Useless until you procure the gun. Its future potential noted, you turn away from the workbench. You return to the workbench. You are not a craftswoman. You have nothing to do here. For now. You approach your double's bedside. His breathing does not change.